Hello, Mechwarriors. Today we're doing an unlikely build that I would never probably consider for this mech, and I just bought this mech tonight. I've had 2 matches, and I am unbelievably satisfied with this. One of my lance mates recommended this to me, and he said, you ought to be doing this build, you should be running this thing, and he was right. Absolutely right. I love this mech. I've had this thing for 2 matches. I had some skills available, so I skilled it all the way out, and I built it exactly the way he told me to build it. He said you have to strip out some of the armor on the arms, but otherwise you can go full armor all the way around. And this isn't even really a build that's going to work really well, particularly well for this, because it doesn't have any quirks that really benefit from it, but it does have a couple quirks, 2 specifically, that really do benefit from it. But otherwise, it's not skilled as far as the quirks go to really generate life-altering MRM output. And that's what we've got on here is MRMs. Let me show you the build. Like many things, the build isn't just the most important part. It's actually the skill tree that's really the important part that really makes this thing play out the way you want it to. So I went with a light 320 motor versus a standard or an XL. I've got ECM on board. I've got 2 MRM 40s. I had to strip 34 armor out of each arm in order to make this work. But if you look, I've got full armor everywhere else. So every time I fire these 2 together, I might say, in an alpha strike, I'm doing 80 damage output. And you're not doing it pinpoint, but it's close enough that when you come up on a fully skilled up mech, like in the case of when I went up against an Annihilator at Solaris City, I put him in the dirt. It was not even that big of a problem. On my cooldown, I just waited. He fired his weapons and I fired mine, and he ended up being a chalk outline. Let me show you the meat and potatoes before we get to the skills tree. So with this build, an 80 output I might add, we have a heat management of 1.72, which is stellar. And part of that is from having the 2 double heat sinks on board. Now, if you don't mind taking one of these out, you can add like a laser or a flamer or whatever you want to do, or maybe more ammo. 5 tons of ammo feels like enough to me. We have a firepower of 80, as I mentioned before. We have a speed of 69.1, which isn't incredible, but it's nothing to sneeze at. When we come down to the quirks you're getting out of this is the cooldown of 15%, which is really nice. We have a heat management of 10% reduction. And then if we were running ER large lasers, we'd have an HSL of +1. We have base armor to the center torso of +7. And then base structure full mech, and that's +16. Otherwise, we're not really getting anything else out of this. But let me show you what happens when you do the skills tree. So when we go down to the skills tree, I added cooldown of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I didn't go all the way out because I was kind of worried about heat a little bit, but more importantly, I wanted to put more heat management into it. So I went with full heat generation, full missile features, which includes additional ammo, tighter spread, and more chances of doing critical damage. Full skeletal density, armor hardening, reinforced casing, and 3 points into overheat, just in case. I'm always an override, so I've got cool run and heat containment. I've got a seismic sensor. I added ECM protection. And I went with 2 artillery strikes and a cool shot. Now, all this together is going to give you some added additional bonuses. So when we come down here and look at the quirks and the skills together, you're going to start to understand why this works. So firepower, missile crit chance of 15%, cooldown of +24%. That means you can fire these missiles pretty often. So originally these have a cooldown of 4.5 seconds, but you're getting a 1.08 reduction. So that means these are going to fire every 3.4 seconds, which is a lot better than 4.5 seconds. Missile spread reduction of 5%. And then that heat of minus 20.5%. So this is really working out to our advantage. The missile crit chance, which I mentioned also before. And we're not using the laser, so it's not really going to be that big of a benefit. Now for the ammo, we have originally 340, but we're also getting plus 60 on top of each ton. So this works out to about 2,000 missiles that you're going to have available. So that's not a bad deal. And then in addition, we have all the other survival features that we're getting out of this, so it's just really nice. But the seismic sensor is really a bonus to me. So we have ECM, we have an alpha strike of 80, we have a cool running mech with a 1.72, and we're doing almost 70. These are a lot of things working together that really sell this thing, and that's why I call this the MAD MRM. Anyway, I hope you like the matches coming up, and you really ought to give this thing a try. And just remember, if you were to do this, you got to strip a lot of armor out of the arms. Your arms are cannon fodder. They're basically shields anyways. But the real play on this is being able to have a light engine on this, having really good speed for what it is, and being able to shoot often without having to worry about getting into overheat too often. The build code and the skill code will be in the description below.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Center cruiser.
5% of the enemies are eliminated. Spotted.
Touching there.
I got a Marauder in the basement near Delta 5, Delta 4.
I'm here to back you up if you want, Polar Bear.
Target
Enemy
spotted.
base is being captured. Center torso critical damage.
Of him that he couldn't see that there was still a guy in front of him. He's just started alpha striking, and there was a guy in front of him that got blown away at the first shot.
Styles.
I'm pretty sure you can see this stone rhino from space.
That is a very, very bright stone.
That is some
Oh
serious
God,
stuff.
yeah.
I thought the pink was bright.
That's when you turn your mech into a weapon, because they're all covering their eyes and keep from seeing you while they
The gloriousness of it. Well, there's nobody on the ridge at Echo 7.
Artillery strike online.
They have definitely people
Warning,
downstairs.
incoming missile.
Delta 5 pilots.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile.
Between Echo 6 and Fox 6, they've got a couple of guys downstairs with ballistics.
Target spotted.
Oh, override check.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. Override check.
Also, one of those guys is handing out free
Target
Wi-Fi.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Nice.
Artillery strike online. Artillery strike activated.
I'm going downstairs.
My rodeo girl, this.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
Holy cow, Corpse isn't driving a light mech.
Override engaged.
Target spotted.
Rifleman Golf. High ground, Echo 5.
Need assistance.
Copy.
Target spotted.
Help! There's a guy down low, Charlie 5, Delta 5 line.
Target
He's
spotted.
on the ramp.
Yeah, I see him. Kit box. 4S or 6's targets.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Artillery
Need
staff
assistance.
online.
Juliet, low ground. Blood out. Support. Thank you, thank you.
Target spotted.
How is he still alive?
You're not.
I hit him like 3 times with a
Arlo, if you need
MRM-40s.
to drop down, I can give you some cover from down here. I'm on the way though, but I don't know if I'll make it.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile. Left arm critical damage.
Target
Warning,
spotted.
Do
incoming
people just
missile.
not see ground?
Critical damage. MRM at 25%. Heat level critical. Override damage.
Halfway there.
Heat level
Target
critical.
spotted.
Charlie next. Bane.
Target destroyed. Heat level critical.
I caused him to kill
Warning,
himself.
incoming missile.
Almost have it.
Warning, incoming missile. Left torso critical damage.
Jesus,
Left
man.
leg critical damage. Left arm
Yeah, we
destroyed.
can't clear the circle.
MRM destroyed.
Alright.
Somewhere between Echo 7 and Delta 7. There he is. A lot of missiles.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Command is happy to hear of your
No
success
defensive
and
weapons on that
achievements
other
the
Bane
surface.
3. Aw, we're out of time. I love seeing missile boats that don't have defensive weapons. It's like porn.